So much happens in 1 year, and to realize it is now January, I had a sudden realization that I never take time to realize the passage of time. So I'm blanking a week out on a trip with myself to think about 2024 and to look forward to 2025.
Why was that such a struggle? So today I am going on a lone planning week in downtown Vancouver, moving out of my parents' place just to go to another Airbnb. Sounds redundant, but it's very intentional.
Why do all
I feel like I have so much space, even though it's actually kind of a small place.
buy another ticket, some pocket change to spend, clean out the apartment, find another friend. Oh, I do all the good things. Why do all the good days go away? Don't go to bed so early, but don't
And this is not the life.
I'd like
I don't know what it is.
something, a dream I'd like to stay.
Cheers. I've never made a reservation for myself. I never really drink by myself. It's kind of lit, honestly. So why am I doing this? I'm here because number one, being at home is super distracting. Number two, rarely do we book vacation and Airbnbs and time off for ourselves and ourselves only. Number three, I really had a lot of brain clutter. I had so much brain clutter that I really couldn't think about other things, and I knew I was procrastinating making certain decisions, so what better way than getting it all done? Right here, alone. Romantically, by myself, getting to know myself. Like, I'm literally 25, and I've eaten out by myself in that setting for the first time. That's kind of whack. That's kind of whack. Yeah. I'm literally at a liquor store right now. Trying to buy. I'm gonna drink by myself. My reflection era. So I freaking bought a beer, and not even a beer person. Also, they did not ID me. Hello, for the first time ever. Is this what it's like to get old? Oh my god. So here are a few things I actually learned from my reflection week with myself. Firstly, being able to enjoy time alone is a flex. Wow. I felt really refreshed and happy during this. It was almost magical. I realized a huge part of our generation really don't like to be alone, even though most of us, most of the time, are alone. We are our only constant, so don't be afraid to get to know you. Second, my year was insane. I've experienced some of the most exciting times and some lows, and I realized in 2024 there are so many things that changed and happened, and I am just not the same anymore. And I really appreciate myself for taking the time to do this. Some of the reflections are that my parents and I are finally healing our relationship. My relationship with money changed. I created more abundance in my mind. My brother's growing up so fast. I concluded I wanted to stay away from people who want to make it a mission to tear others down. I want to build a sustainable life. I want to invest in community. I want more deeper female friendships. There are softer goals this year, but still really want to work on my discipline and keeping promises to myself and valuing my time. Just so much. All to say, we ought to pat ourselves on the back more, and this week was that. Realizing where I did well and where I can improve, and ultimately just truly pat my dear self on the back. And I hope wherever you are, whoever you are, that you take some time to realize how much you've really changed and how much you've grown. It's really important. And this is for my younger self as well, and for my older self who is maybe watching this back from 5 years from now. This is what you did at 25. Okay, bye. So if you also want to spend time reflecting on last year and this year, do a reflection week like I'm doing now. Set an intention for your intentional week, ironically. To me, this just means know why you're here, so you know how your time will be spent while you're here. So some intentions that may help you, which helped me, is the method of past, present, future. There's 3 things, which is past, present, and future. I want to reflect on the past, 2024. I want to enjoy my time here alone. That means, taking baths, dancing around, really enjoying being with myself. And that's the present. Then the future is reflecting, envisioning for 2025. And that in itself as a structure really helps me come back when I feel like, oh, what am I doing here? Spending money, being in the city. Sometimes I'm indoor most of the time. It's like, oh, I could have done this at home, but my mind was not thinking at home. My mind, there was no space for it. So this all comes back to knowing why you're here. Because if you don't know why you're here, you'll keep thinking, oh, maybe this is a waste of money, blah, blah, blah. And so much happened to us last year. In 1 year, so much happens to a human individual being, to the growth, to the development. I can't believe we just kind of move on. Know that money will come back, but time will not. And so your effort doing this now for 4 days will be rewarded in the long term,